In this lecture video, we're going to start talking about how we create technical drawings using our parts that we've created thus far, and also what associative functionality is within Autodesk Inventor. So our objectives today are creating technical drawings, understanding how associative functionality works, using default borders and title blocks, how we can display or hide feature dimensions, how we create general dimensions, how we create 3D annotations on part or assembly views, good dimensioning practices, and how we document and provide information on drawings. So as solid modeling has advanced, the importance of 2D drawings has dwindled a little bit. Many companies are starting to use what's known as model-based definitions instead of drawings. So they're essentially applying all the information you would see on a technical drawing straight to the 3D model. Even with these advances, there are still many companies out there that still utilize 2D technical drawings, even with solid modeling and assembly modeling. It just means that with these new technologies, we've become a lot more efficient at creating technical drawings. So drawing mode, paper space, there are many different names for this, but this is the area within CAD programs that we actually create technical drawings. With solid modeling programs, we use separate files in order to create these technical drawings, unlike having everything in a single DWG like we would in AutoCAD. The neat thing about using these parametric 3D modeling programs is we create views on our technical drawings straight from the actual models themselves. But as always, the most important idea to remember when we're creating technical drawings is that we need to effectively communicate our design to others. Because in the end, we're not the only ones who see these drawings. Manufacturing, construction, purchasing, sales, service maintenance, quality, all these different departments usually end up seeing these technical drawings. So something to keep in mind as we're getting into creating these technical drawings in Inventor is that there are technically two different types of dimensions that we'll see. One are feature dimensions and the other are called reference dimensions. But I personally don't like that terminology because we have reference dimensions in ASME and ISO. So I refer to these as general dimensions. But the key takeaways are that feature dimensions are used to control our geometry. We can retrieve or hide them in our drawing layouts, and they are created when we are creating the model itself. Now, general dimensions are controlled by the existing geometry. We can add or delete them as we need to in a drawing layout, and they're created manually by us in the drawing layout. So as I said in the beginning, we are getting and transitioning into this period where 2D technical drawings are declining, and we're seeing more 3D model-based definitions on our parts and assemblies. And like I said previously, basically we're just taking all that same information and applying it in the 3D space to our part or assembly. So we still have dimensions, tolerances, our standard notes, everything that we normally see. The only difference is they're now located directly on the model in the 3D space. Now this approach can help speed up things by cutting out the time that we're using creating technical drawings, but they also come along with their own set of difficulties. Sometimes it's not really clear whenever we're rotating or looking at a model and able to see all these annotations directly or very easily. And that's all I've got for you in this particular lecture video. So just remember, most important thing in a drawing is to clearly communicate our design to others. So that means using good dimensioning practices, good drawing practices. In the next video, we'll get in and start applying some of these and create our first part drawing. So I'll catch you in the next video, and as always, stay inventive.